What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel DC Comics Multiverse Collect and Connect Lobo. Here we do have Lobo fully assembled. The 4 figures you need for Lobo are Kid Flash, Batman Beyond, Kingdom Come Superman, and Kyle Rayner. Once you have all 4 figures in hand, you will be able to complete your very own Lobo. So what we're going to do now is take a little break, get him off the stand, and then we'll have a better look at Lobo. So stay tuned, everyone. And here we have Lobo fully assembled and off the stand. Now before we take a look at Lobo, let's actually take a look at his accessories. Lobo here does actually come with a few accessories. He comes with 2 different head sculpts. He has the head sculpt that he has on him right now, which is a really nice big smirk. And then he also does have one with the goggles on where he looks more serious. Between the 2 head sculpts, I think I prefer this one because he looks cocky, he looks arrogant, but he still looks like a badass. So I am happy with this head sculpt. His final accessory is, of course, his chain weapon. Now, I do have one issue with it. In the promotional art, it showed that you could wrap it around this arm and then droop it down to about right there. The only problem is that this chain is insane. It's actually about 2 feet of chain. I don't know why we need 2 feet of chain for Lobo, but he has an astonishing amount of chain. You can pretty much make a necklace out of this chain. I mean, just look at how much chain Lobo comes with. That is an absurd amount of chain. Like, there's the end of the weapon, and we have like an entire 2 feet from the weight all the way down to the hook, which it's a really nice accessory. I just don't understand why we need a 3-foot chain with Lobo. It's a really nice accessory and you can get it posed in a lot of nice poses, but as far as practical accessory, I really don't think so. But anyway, that's Lobo's accessories for you guys, so let's actually take a closer look at Lobo's details. And here we have a closer look at Lobo, and I am really happy with the way this figure turned out. The head sculpt that I have on him right now, like I said, it's cocky, it's brash, but he still looks like he's a badass mofo who's ready to get down to the nitty-gritty and take care of business. So this is probably the head I'll have him displayed with. I really do like his hair. The way they sculpted his hair looks really nice, and I do believe that there's a little bit of a wash in there. If not, it's just like a really deep blue, and the lighting in my studio just gives it this really nice shading. So overall, really like his hair, and that face sculpt. That is probably the best Lobo head sculpt I have seen on a figure to date. Although on mine, his beard does have a little bit of an error right here, and you can see some black markings on his face. However, because his hair covers it for the most part, it's not a big deal, and it's nothing I'm gonna keep myself up at night, so it's all really good. Really love how detailed his beard looks, and it's actually sculpted on, not just painted. You can see he does have a necklace right here, which is sculpted really well, and it does have a little red gem in the middle, so I do like that. His jacket does have a little bit of wash, as you can see. There's a little bit of blue in there just to highlight some of the details. We do get the rivets of his rider vest, and it's really good. We do have some sculpted spikes here. And again, it looks Lobo-ish. He looks like a really impressive, imposing character. You can see he does have some more added wash to the back of his jacket, which I do like because it does bring out some detailing in it. And he's not just a gray figure. They actually have the base coat plastic, and then he has like a lighter blue wash throughout his body. So they did a really good job detailing Lobo here. He's using the standard Masters of the Universe Classics body, but it actually does work for Lobo. You can see he does have bare arms. We go to his gloves, and he has these biker gloves. So he has the knuckles right here, the knuckle dusters, and then he has the little belt strap, which is sculpted and painted really well. We go on to his pants, where he has, I thought it was a skull and crossbones at first, but it's just a skull plate. And then you can see his belt has those really big rivets and studs. That looks really nice. Again, the pants look like jeans, and they actually did add a wash effect to them just so they do look like jeans. You can see his codpiece also has some detailing there. We go on to his boots, and his boots have stars going on them. The skulls are sculpted wonderfully. They're this really nice gunmetal with all this worn detail. They actually did add like I don't know if it's black dry brush or just the gunmetal dry brush, but it works for Lobo's shin guards. The straps are softer plastic, so you don't have to worry about these breaking. So I really do like that. Again, all those little nicks and dings all throughout his shin guards look good. And then the straps going around his boots are also really well done. We take a look at his boots. His main boots, you can see he has some really gnarly footwear right here. He has almost like knuckle dusters on his toes. I guess we can call those toe dusters. And then we have some heel guards right there. And then even the treads on his boots are sculpted really well. My work boots actually look like that, so maybe that's a cosplay idea. I would just have to put on like 80 pounds of muscle just to get in the proper Lobo physique. Now, one thing you will notice is that his torso doesn't match his head. His head, unfortunately, didn't get the same shading treatment that his body did. But from a distance, it's not that noticeable, and my camera just exacerbates it, making it look like there's more of a color differential. Under normal lights, you're not going to see this. His head is actually going to be white, and this is going to be the gray, so it's not something that's going to stand out if you're looking at it through the naked eye. But that's Lobo's details, and I'm just blown away with how nice this figure is. What we're going to do now is actually get him compared to a few other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have Lobo posed next to a DC Multiverse Superman and a Marvel Legends Cyclops. Here we have Lobo posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Lobo posed next to the DC Multiverse Collect and Connect Lex Luthor in Superman armor. And finally, here we have Lobo posed next to the DC Multiverse Collect and Connect Clayface. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually have a look at Lobo's articulation. Lobo here does have a surprising amount of articulation in his head. He can look up about that far. He looks down quite a bit, and you can see the hair doesn't get in the way. He does have some attitude, so he can tilt his head side to side. Does look left and right, no issues. And we get just a lot of good range on that head. You can see he can headbang if you want him to. Does turn left and right. Can tilt his head side to side, so I do like that. Arms on a baldron go out only to about that far. I don't know if that was my finger or the joint cracking, so we'll see. Arms do rotate, have a bicep swivel. Elbows almost 90 degrees. I think you can call that 90 degrees. He has a swivel and a hinge in the wrist. No issues there. He has an ab crunch which goes all the way back, all the way forward. Love that bend. You can see he does have a waist swivel. Legs do go forward to about there. They go back all the way. They go out. Better than most figures. You can see his legs actually go past a zero plane, so I do like that. He has a thigh swivel. Although the thigh swivel isn't really the best, it's really just going to give you just a little bit of swivel. It's not the best that we've ever seen. He is single jointed in the knee. No rotation at the knee. We do get a hinge in the ankle which goes back and forward, and the armor doesn't hinder his ankle movement, so I do like that. And then we do get forward-facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, really impressed by this Lobo figure. So what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have Lobo posed for my final thoughts. Overall, I really do love the way this figure came out. If I have one and only complaint about this figure, it's his chain weapon. It's just incredibly too long. It can be cumbersome at times getting it wrapped around his arm looking decent, but once you get it just right, he looks like a total badass. I don't normally say badass on my channel that much, but There's no other way to describe this figure. I love the way Mattel made this figure look, and unlike the San Diego Comic-Con version, he's not oversized. When I think Lobo, he's just a big, brooding guy who can kick ass and take names, and this figure looks like he will kick ass and take names. If you are looking to complete Lobo, you do need to collect all 4 figures of this line, so you do need Kid Flash, Batman Beyond, Kingdom Come Superman, and Green Lantern Kyle Rayner. With all 4 figures, you get this amazing figure, and if you don't have this guy in your collection, I do feel he is a must-have for any DC Multiverse collector. I was lucky enough to pick up the entire series at my local comic book store, so huge shout out to Black Sheep Comics for getting this out to me so I could review it for you guys. Unfortunately, I have not seen the Lobo Wave at any retailing store other than local comic book stores. Although he is available online, I have yet to see him locally. If you are looking for this figure, don't pass him up. You will want to have him in your collection. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other DC Multiverse videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll gladly take a look at it. And don't forget to check out my Instagram for new and exciting action figure pics. With that being said, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.